All around this is just stupid.
Telling the truth.
Well, you gave a version of what happened.
What I've done these last 2 weeks, it really hit me hard Thanksgiving morning when I woke up and realized that I wasn't going to be able to see my kids for the holiday.
Did you really think I was going to buy your story?
I'm going to be honest with you, no.
Then why'd you keep doubling down?
I don't know. I've got kids that I want to be able to see.
Had you just told the truth?
Yes, sir.
Anything else you want to say before I sentence him? Sentence you to...
You guys are not going to believe the excuse this guy came up with after cutting off his court-ordered ankle monitor. He initially tried to tell the judge it was an accident involving a knife and some socks. But when that fell apart, he admitted to a fix that is straight out of a cartoon. The judge, Judge Simpson, is having absolutely none of his nonsense, and honestly, seeing him try to explain his logic is just painful here. But that's not even all. Just when you think this is a typical dumb criminal moment, the victim steps up and completely changes the vibe of the entire hearing at the end. Let's dive in.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed, state your name for the record, please.
Timothy Reed III.
This was adjourned out due to a bond violation for a tether tamper. I am asking the court if Mr. Reed can plead no contest to that for potential criminal and civil liability.
I'm not going to have no problem. I will not have a problem with a no contest plea to the violation, although I have some concerns that there is not an admission as to what he may have done in this particular case, because initially I was receiving information that he had not cut the strap, but
I'll tell you, Mr. Reed, I think is ready for that. My advice to him is a no contest plea because of this, the liability. He was informed when the tether was placed that if he tampers with it, he can be charged. I know Your Honor have seen people be charged. So that's my concern right now, is with the potential of that.
okay, that I understand what your concern may be. I'm just telling you how I'm going to be viewing that, because as I look at the pictures, it's clear to me it's cut. It's also clear to me that explanation of it being, I think it was a Milwaukee knife, it doesn't fit, because the pants would have had to have then been ripped, and his excuse that there were then 2 pair of socks is just not. So.
Well, given that, I'll
accept there's no contest plea to the violation. I'm not saying that I won't.
Yeah. Would Your Honor give me a chance to speak with him in holding, and he can decide what he wants to do given what the court has said?
I think because we have to wait, because we got one Spanish at the end anyway back. Okay, yeah, I'll take it back.
Okay.
All right.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Reed, who is approaching. State your name for the record, please, Mr. Reed.
Timothy Reed III.
All right.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Excuse me. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with Mr. Reed in holding. I have explained all of his options, and I think he wants to move forward and admit to the violation today.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
You did not, and the violation would be that the tether was cut.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
All right, you admit to that.
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to say before I sentence him on this?
I'm going to let him speak on his own behalf. After our hearings prior to the holiday, he did call me and kind of give me the lowdown on everything. I think he's incredibly remorseful for not being completely frank with myself and Your Honor. He's been in custody for 2 weeks now. He knows he needs to be better, is dedicating himself to doing that moving forward. He really does want to get out of custody and get back to work to support his children. He said this is the amount of time he's been away from his children, and that's been one of the hardest things that he's had to experience during this whole ordeal. But I think the time that he's had to think has really put things into perspective. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Reed, because I think hearing from him directly will emphasize that.
Go ahead.
So yes, I did intentionally cut the tether, but once I did it, something snapped in my head, and I realized I was like, what am I doing? Like, I know this is wrong, and I immediately got a hold of the emergency tether line. I called them, told them, what happened, and they had me send.
Well, you gave a version of what happened.
Yeah, the version, instead of telling the truth, which I definitely need to do point blank, because when you don't tell the truth, it just makes things worse. I did send pictures in. I still went to community corrections the next morning to get a new tether, and still showed up to court. I've definitely had a lot of time to reflect on what I've done these last 2 weeks. It really hit me hard